The life I lived really was beginning to suffocate me. I couldn't go out freely and always had to make arrangements with Mion before going to work. I thought my life would improve after escaping from the school, but in reality, it wasn't that easy. I don't know how much of it is the fact that she's actually in love because she's freaking young and, just crushes are a big thing for teenagers, after all. And the fact that she really hasn't had a whole lot of human contact in the past weeks, month, however long it has actually been since she left from the school. She's had very little in the way of human contact, so, multiple things are probably at work here. It's not healthy to live like this for too long. Without any friends to hang out with, I felt like I was hibernating. I'd started to feel the dangers of falling into boredom. All I could think of now was Satoshi-kun's face. I'd only met him briefly. I don't think it's going to be a full year. If it had been a full year, remember, this started 1 year before Keiichi shows up. So if it'd be about a year, then, well, we would be well past this point. But my encounter with him had a great impact on my new life. I felt like something exciting was going to happen. Really, I was hyped up like a little kid. The more I thought about it, I realized I've been thinking about him a lot lately. This might be a crush. I felt a little ridiculous idolizing him in such a romantic way, though. Then out of the blue, I got a chance to see him again.
Are?
I saw a familiar face at twilight in the park. He was sitting on the swing. He looked like he was zoning out, or maybe deep in thought. He didn't notice me, even though I was right in front of him. I reminded myself to speak and act like Mion before talking to him.
Hey! 何やってんのこんなとこでさ。
ミオンか。びっくりしたな。
そんなに驚いてるようには見えないけどね。さっきからいたんだけど、ずっと気づかなかった？
そうなのかい？ごめん、気づかなかったよ。
He smiled self-derisively and shrugged. He looked depressed. Like something was troubling him.
何か悩み事でも？聞いて楽になるものなら聞くし、力になれるものなら惜しまないけど。
いや、別に。
私はサトシ君には一個借りがあるからね。それとも何？おじさんじゃ力になれないと思ってるわけ？
Even using that mannerism, huh?
見くびられたもんだな。
別に。ミオンの力を借りたら意味がないことだからさ。
Ooh boy, Satoshi.
ほう。それは何？つまり、私ごとき女の手は借りたくないってこと？
Thinking him unfair, I puffed up my cheeks in a sulky gesture. Satoshi-kun noticed that and smiled.
違うんだよ、ミオン。僕に実力がなくて、ここ一番で打てなかったってだけのことなんだよ。
Baseball. I mentally rifled through all the information about Satoshi-kun that Sis had given me. He didn't look like much of an athlete, but apparently Satoshi-kun belongs to a junior baseball team. They're called the Hinamizawa Fighters. I doubt he's very skilled since I didn't hear much about his contributions to the team. Maybe that's why he didn't tell many people that he's a member. Given how down he felt as a result of messing up, though, he must be fairly dedicated. I deduced all that from what Sis told me and carefully chose my words so as to sound like her.
なんだ、そんなことで落ち込んでるわけ？
そんなことでって簡単に言ってくれるな、ミオンは。
I pat his back while chuckling. Satoshi-kun would probably call me insensitive. I knew I should listen to him rather than trying to cheer him up. Acting like Sis was probably the wrong thing to do in this case, but I had no choice. This was just how she'd react in this situation.
それなら落ち込むんじゃなくて、なお一層練習に打ち込んで次のチャンスを目指すのが適当ってもんでしょうが。こういう時は練習しかないよ、練習。まあ、サトシ君に相手のピッチャーに小細工をしてまで勝ちたいという執念があるなら、おじさんいろいろと協力できるかもしれませんけどね。
Yeah, this won't come back later. Ever.
ずるしても何の意味もないよ。はあ。
Satoshi-kun hung his head after letting his regrets out with a big sigh. Surrender, defeat, resignation were all visible in that gesture of his.
諦めがいいのか未練たらたらなのか。やっぱり男に生まれたからには一度くらいは晴れ舞台でスターになってみたいでしょう。
Satoshi-kun grinned and said yes.
もちろんヒーローを目指すのが花だけど、それが目的で野球をやってるわけじゃないよ。純粋にボールを投げたり打ったりするのが楽しいからやってるんだよ。ミオンでもそういうのわかるよね。
That is most of baseball there.
おじさんはそういうのはあんまわかんないかな。私は結果が一番であるならどんな種目でも大好きだし、一番になれないのに大好きなんてものはあんまりよくわかんないね。
Satoshi is way too innocent. It seems like he's just way too freaking innocent to be one of Mion's pawns. You know?
ミオンらしい答えだな。
Having realized that I'm trying to make him feel better, he laughed along. He didn't look depressed anymore. Guess he was just feeling down because of the game. He wasn't as depressed as I thought. Maybe I just jumped to conclusions when I saw him sitting alone in the park.
でもミオンは一番になるためにいろいろ、それは偉いと思うよ。
Dang it. He smiled gently and stood up. Then he started stroking my head. All of a sudden, I totally wasn't prepared for that. Never mind the fact that he did it before, in much worse circumstances. I thought this when he did this last time, but how can he stroke somebody's head so easily? I felt like I'd turned into a little kid. Memories from kindergarten came to mind. My face must have been red. I felt embarrassed, but also like I was in heaven. It's probably force of habit from having to comfort Satoko. It's probably that simple. Satoshi-kun stroked me as though petting a cat. I was blushing with my eyes closed. I felt helpless, like a girl being treated by the dentist with her mouth open and her eyes shut. Satoshi-kun didn't seem to notice my feelings at all. He didn't seem to care. I hate him. With my eyes still closed, I waited for him to finish. He suddenly withdrew his hand.
じゃあ僕はそろそろ帰るよ。おばさんに野球の帰りに買い物をしてくるよう頼まれてるから。
Shion better not start doing the meep and knee paw things here. That's all I'm saying. My voice faltered. I was so embarrassed.
買い物なら私も行くとこ。夕飯の買い物。
あれ、ミオも買い物するんだ。お手伝いさんが全部やってくれるって言ってなかったっけ？
Shoot. I messed up. In the main Sonozaki house, the maids do everything. Therefore, Mion hardly goes grocery shopping, and she's bragged to some people about that. I should have known better. Still, it wouldn't be too hard to find an excuse.
町に遊びに来るつもりでいたから、たまに買い物を私が引き受けてきたわけよ。お分かり？
ミオンにしては珍しいね。普段はそういうのめんどくさいって言って嫌がりそうなのに。
そういうのを余計なお世話って言います。頭撫でないで。
Satoshi-kun seemed to be having fun with how embarrassed I'd get when he patted me. Anyway, I managed to talk my way out of it. He didn't seem to really care about the details. While walking with Satoshi-kun in the shopping district of Kami-Ishiki, it suddenly occurred to me. Why had I messed up? I'd known Mion would never go grocery shopping. What an amateurish mistake. Did I make that mistake when I was pretending to be Mion? No. I was probably speaking as Shion. I couldn't keep lying to myself. I had to just admit it was simply because I wanted to spend much time with Satoshi-kun as possible. It was easy to see why I was so attracted to him. I'd found something intriguing in my boring life, and I didn't have to feel tense because he thought I was somebody else, etc., etc. His easygoing nature made him fun to be around, and his habit of petting people on the head was fun too. From these symptoms, I can tell I was embracing the feeling of love. I was just casually enjoying that feeling. It wasn't that I fell in love with him. I was just having fun. I could simply spend some fun time with Satoshi-kun without having to think too much.
ブロッコリーってどれだっけ？
The one that looks like small trees.
緑だっけ？黄色だっけ？
Really?
サトシ君、そっちはカリフラワー。サトシ君ってひょっとしてキャベツとレタスの区別がつかないタイプ？
Okay, that's a little more difficult.
それはひどいよ。
I don't know, the way they put lettuce and cabbage in the grocery store, they look remarkably similar.
これでも精一杯区別してる
Green lettuce and green cabbage, I mean, come on. Satoshi-kun stared at the heaps of broccoli and cauliflower. After thinking for a while, he reached out for the wrong one.
それ違う。サトシ君の買い物は見ててハラハラしますね。見てるこっちは楽しいけどさ。
参ったな。サトコと一緒の時にも迷うんだよ。ブロッコリーとカリフラワーはどっちが何色だっけってね。
あんたら兄弟二人揃って面白すぎです。
Sissa told me that Satoshi was a flaky big brother to his nagging little sister. I had met Satoko, but she must be having a tough time dealing with Satoshi-kun. He stumbles over everything he buys, after all.
それは調理塩。胡椒とか混じってますから、卓上塩とは異なります。
え、そうなの？
What's with the popping?
ほら、確か理科の実験で塩と胡椒を分離するのを確か。
言い訳はいいから棚に戻す。こっちが普通のお塩ね。で、次は？
ミオンがいてくれると買い物が楽で助かるよ。
That would be an awfully weird color blindness to not be able to tell broccoli and cauliflower apart, though.
サトシ君、頭良さそうに見えて社会生活に支障ありすぎです。
Yeah, anime exaggerated emotions are a thing, yeah.
もう少しお勉強した方がいいと思います。
それはひどいな。
But fair.
あった。これかな。ひょいひょい。
だからそれは違う。何でもカゴに放り込む前に値段と何人分かをよく確認する。
My first impression of Satoshi-kun was that he was strong and reliable. But the more I spoke to him, the more I was surprised I was at how clumsy and unreliable. How do I put it? It was hard to leave him alone. He was dangerous on his own. If he wasn't careful, he might start wondering, do you cross the street when the light is red? Or was it green? And get himself run over by a dump truck.
1780円になります。
Boy, a full grocery shopping trip on the equivalent of $17 bucks. My God.
スタンプカードはお持ちですか？はい。あります。あれ、どこかな？
すみません。ちょっと見当たらないんで、今度でいいです。
I finished checking out, ignoring Satoshi-kun as he fished through his wallet full of receipts.
ひどいな、ミオン。スタンプちゃんと押さないともったいないよ。
あんた、夕暮れ時のお買い物ラッシュの時にのんびりと財布を漁ってスタンプカードなんか探さない。後ろに大勢待ってるんだから。私たちの後ろで海線山線のおばさま方が早くしなさいざますって目でギロギロ睨んでたの気づいてなかったんですか？
She has a point.
ね、そういう時はレジ前に並んでる時からあらかじめ用意しておくの。
そうか。いいことを聞いたよ。
ちなみにここでのことだけじゃないですからね。バスに乗る時もそう。サトシ君、バスを降りようとして料金を入れる時、その時になって初めてお財布を開けて小銭をちまちまと探して後ろの人を詰まらせて待たせてるでしょう。
みんな僕を追い抜いて勝手に料金を入れてるかな。
それはね。
Yeah, yes it is. It is very annoying when someone blocks the line at supermarkets to dig around and try to pull out their membership card or just start writing the check when, everything's tallied up.
すっごーく周りに迷惑をかけているのです。そういうのはあらかじめ用意しておくのがマナー。わかりました？
わかったよ。今日のミオンは怖いな。
Satoshi-kun smiled as if patronizing me. I couldn't believe it. He was definitely the type who made women want to protect him. Sure, he was fine, as he was when he had a busybody like me around him, but I couldn't stop worrying whether he was able to function in society without someone like that nearby. We got plastic bags and sorted out what we bought. Satoshi-kun put a pack of tofu at the bottom of the bag. I slapped his hand and put in a milk carton instead.
はい、これで OK。これで台所で買い物袋を広げてお母さんに仰天されなくて済みますからね。
ありがとう。
Yeah, people do still pull out checkbooks. It is still a thing. There are places that do not take debit or credit cards still. They are rare, but they exist. And there are certain types of bank accounts that do not let you have a card. So yeah.
助かったよ。僕はどうも買い物が苦手でさ。
買い物だけ？正直におっしゃい。
うん。
嘘嘘冗談。
I had realized a few things while I was spending time with him today. He's not just bad at shopping. He's also chronically clumsy. In general, you could call him a slow thinker. That meant when he stepped into the quarrel with the punks, he must have needed a lot of courage. He might be a simpleton, but he's not stupid. He's aware of his weaknesses. So he must have been aware of the danger in that situation. He could have chosen to walk away even though I was in trouble. But he chose to be a man and stepped in. That was really admirable of him.
えらいえらい。
Good boy. Now roll over.
サトシ君は頑張ったよ。いい子いい子。
なんだよ。急に人の頭を撫でないでくれよ。
サトシ君が一人でお買い物ができましたでしょう。なでなでなで。
ミオン、僕のことすっごいバカにしてるだろ。
Of course she is.
してないしてないよ。お家一人で帰れるかな？道わかる？
God damn it, Shion.
やっぱりバカにしてる。
Satoshi-kun's sulky face flushed red. Yeah, he's just too cute. At that point, I caught a glimpse of a billboard from the corner of my eye. Piano lessons, call Double X. Abacus class, junior baseball team, members wanted. It was a posting for the team Satoshi-kun belonged to. It showed the day, time, and place of their next practice. By then, I knew just how flaky he was. I figured he must be just the same when playing baseball. Satoshi-kun realized I was reading the posting. He looked uncomfortable and walked away.
今、サトシ君は思った。頼むからミオン。野球やってるとこまで来ないでくれよ。図星？そのムーってのはつまり何さ？図星ってことでしょ？
Satoshi-kun became quiet after mumbling something. It seemed like he couldn't say anything back since I'd been right on the money. Satoshi-kun, you're just too cute. I don't think going silent is a good way to dodge the issue. Well, that might have been just the way innocent people like him would react in a situation like that.
じゃあね、サトシ君。暗くなりかけてるから気をつけて帰ってね。
ミオンは一緒に帰らないのかい？ひなみ沢。
私はもうちょっと寄るとこありますんで。気にしないで先に帰ってください。
僕の買い物を手伝ってもらったんだから付き合うよ。今度は僕が手伝う。
大丈夫大丈夫。っていうかサトシ君が何を手伝うおつもりで？人の手伝いする前に自分が手伝われなくて買い物できるようになっといてくださいな。
Yeah, there's gotta be a timeline with that happening at some point. I would not doubt it.
今日のミオンはひときわ意地悪かな。
He seemed to have some pride, at least. He looked a bit upset because he was teased by a girl. But in contrast, I felt very satisfied. Today I learned I feel very satisfied when I embarrass and fluster other people. As a result, I forgot to keep my guard up.
あ、でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。本当に助かったから。
While wearing a bright smile, Satoshi-kun suddenly started stroking my head again. I know he's teasing me, but I can't reject him. He keeps doing it only because he's realized I won't resist. Ooh.
じゃあね、ミオン。暗くならないうちに用事を済ませてね。また明日、学校で。
あ、うん。また明日、学校でね。
In fact, I wouldn't see him tomorrow at all. It felt awkward, but I had to settle for that. I had to thank Sis for letting me use her name. After I separated from him, I found myself giddy and wishing to see him again as soon as possible. Yeah, Shion's getting a bit too into getting the head pets. I wanted to know more about him. I couldn't wait for my next chance to see him. Actually, maybe there was something I could do. Just like when I obtained my freedom from St. Lucia's, I could choose how to live my life. Whatever, it wasn't that complicated. I just wanted to tease him more. I wanted him to stroke my head more. And, whatever. I already knew the schedule for his baseball team. And thus we have chapter break, about a half hour before the end of stream. So, one more, a crumpled diary this time. A hopeless pair with a picture of... Okay, that's clever. I don't know if you saw the picture for the achievement, but it was kind of like it could either be a stalk of cauliflower or broccoli. They painted enough of it yellow and enough of it green to kind of be ambiguous. So that's kind of clever. My aunt finally stopped her hysterical screaming. Today was just like any other day. I can't remember what set her off. Whatever it was, she changed subjects constantly anyway. It didn't matter. She went on past midnight again. The urge to sleep was pounding the back of my head. Once Satoko had been able to relax, she fell down on the spot and started sleeping, still clinging to my sleeve. I carried Satoko to the bedroom and laid out our futons.
ほら、サトコ。布団が敷けたよ。
Yeah, we have not found out what happened to him yet. We've only got guesses. He just disappeared one day.
布団に入りな。
Satoko crawled in like a worm. She stopped moving when she was inside. I wished I could go to bed too, but I couldn't. My aunt asked me to do some chores. I had to get toothpaste after school tomorrow. I had to write down somewhere. I had to make rice for lunch tomorrow. I set the timer. Right, I also had to repile the towels in the bathroom. That was the reason for today's scolding. My aunt will get mad if everything isn't done the way she wants. Oh, and there was something else. I was working at the grocery store the next day. They wanted me to bring an apron. Did we even have an apron in this house? I'd never seen one. My aunt will be sleeping when I go to school, so I won't have time to ask her. What should I do? Since Mion helped me get that job, I don't want to screw it up. In that case, I won't ask Mion about it at school. She might lend me one. Was there anything else? I was envious of Satoko because she got to go to bed. It was pathetic that I felt that way. So that was a thing. So yeah, we don't know exactly what's happened to Satoshi yet. We do not know yet. And we won't be finding out today either. So yeah, so far, just based on the whole way, Satoshi and Shion are interacting with each other, it really does seem like we are using Chapter 2 as our base. And a few other things, like the fact that Shion is actually taking over the Mion identity just to live life. So we don't know I mean, I'm going to guess that Satoshi's disappearance somehow drives Shion and Mion at odds with each other. And they blame each other for his disappearance. I'm gonna guess that. I mean, could be far, far off there, but you know, something drives those two apart. And, you know, just the way everything's unfolding, I'm just getting the whole thought that Chapter 2 is where it actually ends up at. You know? Even though Chapter 4 did hint that the whole volcanic gas thing was the Kanon ending to it all, that could still happen without Keiichi's presence. You know? But anyway, it's really early, I know, but I'm going to end it here because there is no way I'm going to get through Chapter 4 in a half hour, at least by just by past. It takes at least an hour for each chapter. So I'm going to end it here. And we will be back next Sunday for more of this as we continue to explore and dig our way through Hinamizawa. Or I guess it would be more through Okonomiya. Not Hinamizawa this time. Go figure. But yeah, we will also be back next Saturday. We should be back next Saturday. There is a chance I will have to skip streaming on Saturday because the state fair is in town, and it depends when I can get the tickets to Disney on Ice that my daughter wants. So, yeah, you have to wonder if Shion was taking over for Mion at any other point in time. That is potential and possibility there. Anyway. I will see you all back next week as we hopefully start to get some actual answers. The game is still not giving us those yet. I'm watching you, game. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I will see you later, all. Take care, guys.